Hey, we're back. Welcome to another show, Light It Up Live. Well, we are igniting minds and elevated faith, trying to bring a little bit of light to a dark world, one episode at a time. I'm your host, John, but I don't do this alone. I got my boy with me, Josh.
What's up, buddy? How y'all doing? How you doing?
What's going on, my man? Episode 18, brother. It's episode 18. And today's episode is going to be a really good one, you guys. It's episode 18 is Josh's story. I put out a post out there on all our social media. Josh is fixing his camera right now, which is okay, but he can hear us.
Yeah.
And I can hear him. He'll get it worked out. But it's episode 18, and it's Josh's story. What we're doing is we're having it's kind of like a 2-part series. We'll have one this week, and we'll have one next week. This week we're gonna hear a little bit about our co-host here on Light It Up Live. We're gonna hear a little bit about Josh, where he came from, you know what I mean, his childhood, and now, you know, his overcomings, some trials and tribulations, you know, whatever he feels comfortable talking about, we're going to talk about. But before we get started, we always like to talk about what where the name Light It Up Live came up from. It was come up with by a buddy of mine, Impact. We always thank him for that. And it came from Genesis 1:3. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. For God saw the light was good, and he separated the light from darkness. That's what we're all about here on Light It Up Live. We're trying to bring a little bit of light into a dark world, one episode at a time. You guys don't forget, we are we're on YouTube Live, we're on Facebook Live, and we're on Twitch Live. We also rebroadcast the next day on iHeartRadio and on YouTube channel. Do us a favor, go to YouTube and hit that subscribe and that like button for us. It's absolutely free. Josh, did you know that? If they go to that YouTube channel, bud, it's free, 100%. Yeah. It's free, just like that. All these shows for free. We do it for you guys, man. We're not doing this for money. We do it for y'all. It's absolutely free. But today, it's episode 18, Josh's story, baby.
My story.
Josh's story. It's going to be great, man. The only time I'm sad, though. I'm sad.
Why is that?
Because I'm not going to hear Josh's Spotlight song.
Yeah, I guess you could play it at the end. At the very end of the show, let that one roll out. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not going to hear it.
I don't know.
I'm not going to hear it.
You're not going to hear it.
So,
my camera is just acting funky.
It is acting funky. That's okay. We'll get it fixed. But I got to hear Josh's Spotlight at least one time. I gotta hear it. I gotta hear the song. I gotta hear. We're not gonna have a Josh Spotlight today, you guys, because it's we're doing Josh's story, so we're not gonna do a Josh Spotlight. But the song is fun, so I want to hear
it. Play it.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Time it is. It's time for Josh's Spotlight.
Yes, sir. As we're doing this, Josh is
trying to fix the camera.
So technical difficulties with his camera. He'll get it panned out, man. We'll shoot the breeze until Josh gets it worked out. But today, you guys, it's like I said, it's a two-part series. And I had a totally other plan for what tonight's show is going to be out, and God put this on my heart. So when God does that, we listen. Whether if He puts it on Josh's heart or mine, whether if we have an idea or not, we go with it when God put something on our heart. And I think it was time to kind of tell our stories. You know what I mean? The host and co-host of Light It Up Live. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a 2-part series. This episode 18 and episode 19. Episode 18 is going to be Josh's story. And then episode 19 next week, it's going to it's going to be my story. So we are going to be telling Josh's story today. And also, Mr. Josh, we got I got a special guest today as well. I got a special guest. They're going to pop up here in a little bit. But we're going to let him sit down there in the green room for a little bit. And so special guests, don't go nowhere. You can hear me. Let's just sit right there. We're going to let Josh get his camera worked out.
Camera's not working out, brother. Hold on.
So let's get your camera worked out, Josh, and we're going to continue to talk. Special guests don't go nowhere.
Here,
You
let
stay
the
right
let the
there,
special guest.
and we're going to get this camera thing worked out. But yeah, I think it's important for people to share their stories. And a lot of people, when it comes to sharing a story or a testimony, they think that it needs to be about addiction, or they think it needs to be about overcoming alcoholism or something like that. And it doesn't. It doesn't have to be about that. And it could just be anything, any tribulations, trials and tribulations that you go through. There's somebody else out there that quite possibly could have went through them. And sharing our stories, it not only gets people to know you, and it's not only therapeutic to yourself sharing it. There's going to be somebody out there that can relate, and our stories help save lives, and the more transparency, the better. Of course, we don't, when we share our stories, we don't always tell everything, because there are some things that are very private to us, and that we don't want to share. But sharing our stories, I think, is really important. So that's what we're going to do in these next two episodes. Today is going to be about my brother Josh, and next week it'll be about me. Josh, you got that camera working out, buddy?
I'm not really sure. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm still working on the camera thing,
So
but
we are working on the camera. That's okay.
it's
We're gonna.
fine.
That's okay. We're gonna wait on it. You'll get it, buddy. We got all night long. Our special guest ain't gonna go nowhere. They're gonna hang out there and chill for a little bit. Don't go nowhere. Special guest. We are having a little bit of technical difficulties with our video. I know you guys on iHeartRadio, you're not seeing this video, but we also video broadcast for people that listen on iHeartRadio. You can
Yeah.
go to the YouTube channel at Light It Up Live, all one word. Put the @ symbol and put in Light It Up Live, and you'll find us. You'll find us there on YouTube. We go live on YouTube, and we also rebroadcast on our YouTube channel the next day. So go there, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and you can check us out on video, not just on iHeart. We go live on Facebook, we go live on YouTube, and we go live on Twitch, all simultaneously at the same time.
Well, yeah. I don't know what's going on with it. So I guess we can.
You'll figure it out, buddy. We got time. I'm patient. I'm a patient man.
Yeah.
That is okay, bud. You're pretty good with that thing. So I have confidence that my brother is going to fix this camera.
Yeah. you might let the special guest take a step up real quick. You know what I'm saying?
No, kind of need you to be on there when I do it.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll try this second.
He gonna get it, you guys. Don't you worry. But in the meantime, like I was saying, man, sharing our stories. Like next week, I'm gonna be sharing my story, and a big part of our story is growing up. Our growing up, it kind of sticks with us for the rest of our lives. That's why we have certain traumas that stick with us forever, and overcoming those traumas, not everybody's able to do it. So the people that are able to overcome some of them traumas, when somebody hears it and they hear how they overcame them, and maybe they hear, wow, I'm not alone, somebody else has went through this too, and then people tend to relate, and that could quite honestly save somebody's life. And so that's what we're doing. And plus we want to do it just so you guys can kind of get to know us. You know what I mean? You can kind of get to know the host and the co-host of Light It Up Live. And instead of just, hey, it's Josh and John, you guys can kind of get to know us a little bit. So we're going to be sharing our stories in this two-part series of us sharing our stories. Tonight will be Josh's story, episode 18, and episode 19 is going to be my story, and that'll be next week, Saturday at 7:30. Of course, we're on every weekend at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. How we doing over there, Mr. Josh? Josh is still working things out, you guys. We're going to be pulling up our special guest here in a little bit, and it's going to be amazing.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, my brother.
I think the only thing I could do is leave and come right back. So just give me 1
Come on, leave and come back. That's okay.
second. Okay.
You come on, leave and come back. We'll keep talking. We'll keep the show going. That's okay, you guys. This is a live show, so sometimes technical difficulties happen. That's what happens when you go live. We don't do no recording and editing down. We do rebroadcast the next day, but we do no editing. We don't we don't edit the show when it comes on the next day. We let the live show do its thing, and hey, would you look at that? Just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that, just like that, he fixed it, my brother. Yeah, so we got a special guest, and I didn't tell you about it, my brother.
No.
And because today, man, I wanted to let you know, buddy, that I love you. This ain't just Josh's story. This is me letting you know how much I appreciate you. And you're a good friend to me, man. You're my best friend. You're my co-host. You're my work partner. And man, it is about your story, but also we it was supposed to be coming a little later, so my special guest is a little early.
Yeah.
We was gonna let you share your story a little bit, but that's okay. We're
Okay.
gonna we're gonna let your special guest come up. I'm gonna have the special guest come on into the room, and so I'm gonna pull him up, and when I pull him up, he ain't gonna turn his camera on yet. So here's our special guest.
Yeah.
There's your special guest. All right, special guest, turn your camera on.
Yeah, I know that struggle.
Uh, that's okay.
Them
He'll
cameras
get
don't
it.
like to work. Oh, look, it's small boy. Hey, what's happening?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Guys, this is Mr. Nate Carpenter.
yeah.
This is Josh's son. And when we was gonna do this show, having Josh share his story, man, I had to call some people to get his number too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I tried Facebook. He's not too much of a Facebook guy because
Nah,
he never saw it on Messenger.
nah, you don't.
So yeah, yeah. But I'm like, so I called him and I said, "Hey, man, you want to come on because we're doing a story about your pops?" He said, "Absolutely, of course he did."
Yeah.
And so you guys, this is Mr. Nate Carpenter, man. This is Josh's son joining us right now. Give it up for Mr. Nate Carpenter.
Hanging it. All right, all right. Yeah, hanging out in the car, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it raining out and I just don't know?
No. No, it's
No,
not.
no. Okay, it looks like it's raining. You know what I mean?
No.
But I guess my story is pretty basic. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Ohio. Originally born in Dayton, Ohio. Born in a blizzard, the blizzard of '78. For the old people that know, it was freezing. And just to get diapers, man, you had to go on a survival mission. Moved here to Florida when I was 13 and started to go to school here. I love Florida. I'm almost 50 years old. I've been in Florida the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? I don't plan on going nowhere. Picked up moving because of a calcium deficiency disease I had that the doctor said that I would have a hard time walking as an adult unless I did something physical, you know what I mean? Like and continuously worked my body. And that's so I was like, it wasn't the best choice, but I became a mover, moved pianos, instruments, John, all the crazy
Yeah.
things,
Oh yeah.
saves, yeah, to the attics, yeah, grandma's
Oh
clock,
yeah.
all that good stuff. But and then my life, Nathan here was a big part of my life. You know what I mean? Because I probably wouldn't have moved furniture as long as I did if I didn't have kids. Yeah. Like the rest of us, man, I'd have lived in the van down by the river. And I don't need much, man. So yeah, I know the stories, the show's about my story, but I'm not that old yet. I didn't get to serve in no world wars or anything. So, the stories. I'm extremely proud of my children. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
I'm I'm happy with my job. I'm happy with my friends. I've noticed as we get older, you got so many friends when you're young, but as you get older, you get
Yeah.
down to like maybe five if you're lucky, five real friends. You know what I mean? You always have your kids because they're going to bury you one day. And you know what I'm saying? You gotta take care of them. So
Amen. So
yeah.
Nate, well, I got you on, buddy. How is Mr. Josh as a dad, man? Do you got anything that's right here live on there that you want to say to your pops, buddy?
Yeah, of course. I'm Nathaniel Carpenter, son Joshua Carpenter, and out throughout my life, my dad has always supported me no matter what is going on. He's never really raised his voice at me. He's never hit me. He's never done anything like that. He's always shown support. I remember probably the most emotional time with him was I was in basic training and I got reverted a week and I was able to call someone, my first call in a month, back home after 4 weeks, 5 weeks of intensive training. And I remember I called him and he didn't pick up the first time. So I'm on the phone crying, and the drill instructors were yelling at me for me yelling at my dad. And Petty Officer Harrison tells me to recall him. So I call him up again, and I take a deep breath in, hear his voice, and I immediately start crying. And I remember all the words he was saying to me, just about sticking in there, about how proud he is of me, and just how much support and how much he misses me. And it really meant the world. He's never doubted me in anything I could do. And I really appreciate that.
How powerful, man.
Been a good kid. Yeah, you were there that day he called me. Remember we were at that school job where the electrician tried to clip my drill. Yeah, you remember that? Yeah. And I got that phone call and I thought it was a spam call. I didn't recognize the number. And I'm like, look, I'm at work. I ain't got time to explain why I'm broke. Yeah. So well, no, I am proud of you, man. You was a good kid. You know what I mean? You was easy to raise. Yeah, you went to school, you did what you were supposed to do. You know what I mean? The yard work, you do it, the day later, but it get done, you know what I'm saying? And
so tell me, Josh, how was, if you want to talk about it, how was the relationship with your dad when you grew up?
Oh, it was rough. It was real rough. Because you know what I'm saying? It was that generation of dad too.
Yeah.
And
Right.
yeah, they didn't mess around, man. You know what I'm saying, when it came to discipline. Now, you know what I mean, I guess the older I get, the more I've forgiven my pops. You know what I'm saying? But he was a Marine, and because of that, he had anger issues and all this here. He's pretty rough, man. He's really rough. You know.
Now, do you think him being that rough made you a better father to
Oh,
Nate?
absolutely, absolutely. It made me a better everything because I
Yeah.
literally had a handbook of what not to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I would never bother. I would never pick on nobody. I'd never
Right.
raise my hand to somebody. I'm not that person, and that's because it just happened my whole life. I was telling my son not long ago, I was like, "You lucky you grew up and was never bullied." Do you know what I mean? Like, I I was bullied most of my life. I was a fat kid. I moved from school to school. I was, and things were rough, but they weren't terrible. So I
Yeah.
made, and just can't. I can't whip my kids, man. I never been able to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been fortunate, and they ain't had no kids like try to set fire to the house or anything crazy like that. You know what I mean? To where it would be like, I gotta beat this person or something. This is crazy.
Or they didn't get caught, huh?
Yeah. No, I think the worst thing he ever did is some kid at school gave him a little water bottle of vodka. He was young. It was like middle school. So when they called, like, "Hey, your kid had alcohol at school," we were like, "Yeah, right." They're like, "No, I'm serious." I'm like, "Who is this? Quit calling us, man. Quit pranking us." No, it did. He did. And they were like, "Where'd he get the alcohol?" Well, not from my house. Remember?
No, yeah, no.
No, it was. I don't even have alcohol in my house. So I don't know.
So you weren't born in Florida, huh, Josh? Where were you born?
Dayton, Ohio, man. Right Patterson
Dayton,
Air Force
Ohio.
Base.
What age did you move to Florida?
13.
13 years old. So you spent a good while up
Oh
there
yeah,
being
plenty
a
of snow.
Yankee. Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you what, Ohio is great. I'm glad I don't live there because of the climate. But other than that, if you didn't have snow, if it had Florida's climate, I'd be up there all day. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I just like the landscape. I like the food, the water. Well, the water's kind of that's a different subject. But I just like Ohio. And there's a lot of inventors that came from Ohio. A lot of scientists, a lot of famous people, good comedians. You know what I'm saying? I just found out the other day that Matt Rife comedian was from
Oh,
Columbus,
okay. Yeah, he's
Ohio.
funny. He's funny.
Yeah, he's funny. I was like, I didn't know that. Cat Williams is from Cincinnati. It's just a good state. And yeah, it's the heart of it all, right?
Absolutely. Well, Mr. Nate, I'm gonna let you go, buddy. Thank you so much, man. Is there anything else that you would like to say to your pops, man, before we let you go?
I want to first say thank you for having me, John.
Absolutely.
It was really nice of you to reach out to me, and I love you, Dad.
Love you too,
Um,
bud.
You
Yeah.
are my role model. I want you to always remember that I'm always
That's
trying to
good.
fill into your shoes.
Yeah. Well, remember, I told you I didn't go to war, so you don't have to neither, man.
Yeah.
Just, you're doing all right, dude. Yeah. So, all right, man.
All right.
All right.
Thank you for
Thank you
having
for
me.
joining us, buddy. Absolutely, bud. We'll see you.
All
See
right.
ya.
Ah, yeah, that was my special guest, Mr. Carpenter.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
was
man.
cool. I was
That
gonna
was
tell him,
super
man, flip your
cool.
sun visor up. You know what I'm saying? I got OCD. You know me. Things got to
Ah,
be in straight
well,
line.
he,
This
he
thing was
probably
hanging
had
there.
a
I'm like,
porch. He probably had a porch light or something in his eye, so he was probably blocking
yeah,
it out for the best lighting on him.
yeah. It
Yeah,
could. I guess so. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. But
Because
I set that up, man. Today was about you, buddy, and I set that up, and I thought about it, man. I was like, man, I wonder if his boy would come on, and man, 'cause I know you've had a little bit of rough time at work here lately, and so I wanted you to remember exactly what you're all about, man, and exactly what the important thing in life is. And I wanted you to remember that you're an incredible person. You're an incredible dad. And, I mean, sometimes things are going to overwhelm us. And I've seen you almost break character a couple times, but you didn't.
yeah,
I
I'm glad
seen
I
that,
didn't.
bro. I
Yeah,
seen that. And you know what? I learned from that. You know what I mean? Because shortly after, I went through some things. You know what I mean? And man, I just wanted to say I appreciate you, man. I think you're a great person. You're a great dad, man. And so I wanted your boy to get on here. I wanted you to hear that from your boy too, on how
yeah.
much your boy looks up to you, man.
Like I
He,
said,
he really
I got
does.
lucky with him. I've had full custody of him since he was 5, and he's lived with me and his stepmother. You know what I mean? He's 20
Mm-hmm.
now, and he's just always been a very humble kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just yeah, a lot like me, man. Kept to himself, likes his video games, likes his music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just nice to everybody.
So
So
moving from 13 years old, man, moving from Ohio to Florida. What was the hardest thing? What
yeah,
besides weather?
nothing,
Besides
nothing.
weather, was there like a big time culture shock? Was there something hard to adjust to people wise or
Yeah, the schools. The only thing that was weird to me was the schools because here in Florida, they had the outside portables, right? And these long outside hallways that you had to walk through to get to these
yeah.
classrooms. Yeah, everywhere up north because it snowed so bad, it was an indoor brick school.
Oh,
Yeah, you rarely went outside unless it was for like
right.
PE or something.
I never thought about
So,
that.
yeah, culturally, well, I came down every summer to Florida. Every summer I come down to stay with my uncles because my whole family lived down here except for my mom for some reason and my other uncle up there. And so I knew the heat was serious, but culturally, no, you know what I'm saying. There was Spanish people down here, and there weren't that many in Ohio at that time. But I got used to that quick, man, because they're awesome
Yeah.
anyway. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. They was like they was like, yo, that's green chili salsa, and I'm like, this is what? This is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, but no, it was great coming down here. Like I used to tell people, like my kids, I tell them, just be happy you were born in a state like Florida. You didn't have to go through a blizzard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ice on the roads and all this craziness, and I don't know. You get trapped in your house like 9 months out of the year up there because you can't go outside. It's terrible.
Right.
Talking bad. My Ohio people's like, whatever.
What about your mama, man?
She moved down here about a year before I did because I was living with my dad a couple years before I did, and she tried to go back for a little bit. It's just too cold. It's too cold. She stayed up there in Dayton for like a couple years. A lot of her friends are there, so she didn't she didn't want to come back to Florida, for the friends. But no, she belongs here. She knows it.
Yeah, I know you
Yeah.
talk about her a lot, so I know you guys are close.
Oh yeah, my mama's everything, man. We talk a lot. She's
Yeah.
funny as hell. Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
the little double hockey
That's
stick in there, my
yeah,
bad.
that's
But
okay.
no. So I'm blessed to have her. Like that's honest.
Yeah,
And
man.
I try to surround myself with funny people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. To
So
me, honestly, funny
Mhm.
people are geniuses. They really are, and they just don't know it. If they applied it to like anything else, they would master it. But that's
I
just
heard
my
you
opinion.
earlier. I heard you earlier. I think this is something before we go. I heard you talk about this, and I want to talk about it so maybe you can help somebody else. I heard you said that you dealt with a lot of bullying when you were little and you
Oh
were
yeah.
growing up. What has that done to you nowadays? What I mean, did you learn something from it? Do you hold resentment from it? You know what I mean?
No, actually, bro, I don't hold any hatred towards it. You know what I'm saying? And I'll blame a Goody Mob song. I know you remember the rap group Goody Mob.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I won't say the verse, but he pretty much said if I would have took the ease away, I wouldn't be the strong person I am today.
Mm,
And so some things are supposed to happen. I got picked on because I was overweight. That was the main reason because my personality was always, at least lukewarm. I wasn't boring. I wasn't the most exciting person in the room either. But me being fat growing up was hard, and what it did to me, well, I don't pick on people, you know what I mean? For one, I never did then. So I don't think it changed me. What it did was it let me see that hey, the world sucks. You know what I mean?
mm,
Sometimes it
yeah,
does, man.
it does sometimes.
Everybody's not going to be nice to you.
That's right.
And yeah, and the more you take that in, we was talking about, what I'm saying, your boy,
Yeah,
going through what he went through. Yeah, it's a learning lesson, man. And I tell you what, a lesson earned is a lesson learned. And I
amen.
earned that lesson by getting bullied every day. Plus, it showed me what real friends look like. It showed me what real people, out of all the craziness, what I'm saying, could do for you. And it was worth it. Was it fair? Nah. But you know what? Who cares? I can't let it shape. We shouldn't let it shape
Yeah,
the rest of our life. You know what I mean? I think people that lean on that, especially when it's just bullying, like they got PTSD. I'm not going to say it's weak because I'm not the next person, but I think it's a cop out. I honestly think it's
yeah,
an excuse to
yeah.
the hardest thing to admit in life, man, is what I'm saying, when you're wrong. And
Amen.
yeah, so I'm just trying to do better.
Oh man, well, today was about you, my brother.
Well, I appreciate it, man.
Today was about you, man. Josh's story, you guys. It was episode 18. Next week we'll dive into my mess, and we'll, we'll talk about me a little bit, man. I'm glad that Nate, I was able to get through to your boy, and I'm glad he got to come on here and tell you in front of the whole world how great you are of a father and how much he loves you, man. I think that was awesome, dude. I
Yeah.
think that was super cool that he came on and did that, man. I
So
hope it kind of made your night.
yeah, it was good stuff. Yeah, I was surprised he had to call me like, "Hey, what's for dinner, bro?" since I'm talking to you, what you got to eat on? But so that means next week on the show, I'm asking you the questions, then, right,
That's
my
right.
friend? That's
That's
right.
right.
So I need to
And
write down some
and
questions.
and you got to do the intro and everything, brother. It's all on you.
All right.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
got to do that. Hey, we're
I
back.
can do all that. That's mine.
Yeah, that's all you,
Oh,
brother.
okay. I
Oh
gotta get this down pat right here, baby.
yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys don't forget to go to YouTube, all one word, at Light It Up Live, and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button for us. We're on every weekend, Saturdays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitch, we're on YouTube, and we also rebroadcast on iHeartRadio. But now
You got some
it's
final
time.
thoughts?
It is. It's kind of
All right.
short, but it's my final thoughts, and I wanted to do one on because we was doing Josh's story today, so it's basically about growing up. So I wrote a little something about growing up. So this is my final thoughts. Growing up isn't something that happens all at once. It's not like one day you wake up and realize you've arrived. It's more like a quiet unfolding, a series of moments that shapes you, stretch you, and sometimes break you. When we're young, we think growing up means getting older, paying bills, having responsibility, maybe settling down. But the truth is, growing up is less about age and more about awareness. It's realizing that your parents were just people trying to figure it out too. It's forgiving yourself for not knowing what you didn't know. It's learning to say goodbye to certain versions of yourself, the ones that got you this far, but can't take you any further. Growing up is also realizing that joy looks different now. It's not always wild and exciting, it's sometimes peaceful. And maybe that's the beauty of it, is that we never really stop growing up at all.
Absolutely, amen, man.
Those are my final thoughts. So thank you
Enjoy it.
guys for joining us, man. This was episode 18. This was Josh's story, man. We dove into a little bit, and you guys got to get to know Josh a little bit better. I thought the show was great. What you think, Josh?
I liked it, man. I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely, my man. You guys don't forget to go to YouTube, hit that subscribe, like button at Light It Up Live, all one word. Go check us out on iHeartRadio, Facebook, and Twitch. In the meantime, remember, your rope's longer than you think. God's rope, it has no end. And hold on tight. God bless. Much love. We'll see you again next week.
There you go.
So light it up, let his love shine. Stories of grace, hope redefined. Heart to heart, let's lift our eyes. Welcome home to Light It Up Live. In a world that feels so dark, we carry hope, we spark a spark. Faith and love, we come alive. Together here on Light It Up Live. So light it up, let his love shine. Stories of grace, hope redefined. Heart to heart, let's lift our eyes. Welcome home to Light It Up Live. Welcome home to Light It Up Live. In a world that feels so dark, we carry hope, we spark a spark. Faith and love, we come alive. Together here on Light It Up Live. So light it up, let his love shine. Stories of grace, hope redefined. Heart to heart, let's lift our eyes. Welcome home to Light It Up Live.